Progress has many museums. Most celebrate what worked. This one preserves what didn't. Behind the soft light and glass, you'll find ideas built with confidence, sold with pride, and abandoned with silence. Not because they were weak, but because someone, somewhere, believed the future would wait. Every corridor here is a mirror, of greed disguised as vision, of comfort mistaken for strength, of small warnings ignored until they became too big to fix. And now you stand at the entrance to the Hall of Fallen Giants. Companies once certain they could not fall, products that shaped our days until the world moved faster than they did. And here, at the start of the hall, stands the first giant that once felt unshakable. This was the phone that ruled the world, a symbol of strength, durability, and certainty. For years, Nokia believed nothing could replace it, but their Symbian software was old and difficult to update, a system built for simple phones. It lagged behind the new world of apps, and even minor updates were slow and painful. When the industry shifted to touch screens, Nokia simply couldn't adapt. Symbian wasn't built for that kind of world. They stayed loyal to what once made them strong and overlooked the simple truth that the future had already arrived. And it was changing the game. Progress doesn't wait. And the moment the world embraced the new way of using a phone, the king of buttons became a memory in a display case. And just around the corner stands another giant, one that saw the future first and still fell behind it. This was the camera that should have changed everything, a digital prototype Kodak built before the world even asked for it. They didn't fall because they missed the future. They fell because they invented it, and then hesitated. In their labs, engineers held the first digital camera, a device that made film, chemicals, and Kodak's entire empire obsolete. But instead of leading the change, Kodak protected what was safe: the film sales, the processing labs, the business model that once made them untouchable. They believed customers would stay loyal. They believed innovation could wait. But progress doesn't wait. And the company that built the future was left watching it pass by, not from lack of vision, but from fearing their own. A few steps further stands another giant, one that mistook dominance for destiny. This was the phone of power. BlackBerry believed nothing could replace its keyboard or the loyalty behind it, but its software was built for buttons, not the new world of apps and touch. It fell behind as expectations shifted to a more seamless design. When full touchscreens took over, BlackBerry couldn't adapt. Progress doesn't wait. And the moment the world chose glass over keys, the phone of professionals became just another display in our museum. A little further down the hall waits a giant undone by comfort. This was the kingdom of Friday nights, the place where movies lived before streaming existed. For years, Blockbuster believed nothing could threaten its stores or the rituals people loved. But the future arrived online, faster and cheaper than shelves of DVDs. As audiences shifted, Blockbuster couldn't adapt. Its business was built on late fees, not instant access. Progress doesn't wait. And the moment the world pressed play at home, the king of rentals became just one nostalgic Instagram post per year. Near the end of the hall stands a giant who once owned the internet. Yahoo was the front door to the web, the place you started before you went anywhere else. For years it believed its popularity would last forever. But the internet was changing fast, demanding focus, speed, and clear direction. Things Yahoo could never settle on. It even passed on buying Google, the engine that would soon redefine the web. As competitors simplified, Yahoo kept adding more, until its own homepage felt too heavy to carry. Progress doesn't wait. And the moment users found cleaner paths online, the gateway to the web faded into a forgotten bookmark of the early internet. And here, concluding the Hall of Fallen Giants, stands the giant who invented the future and then handed it away. Inside Xerox PARC, researchers built the first graphical interface, windows, icons, the very language modern computers speak. But Xerox believed its real business was still copiers, not ideas. So it let Apple walk through its labs, trade a little stock, and carry the breakthrough into the world. Xerox stayed loyal to what already worked and ignored what could have changed everything. Progress doesn't wait, and the moment others embraced the UI they created, the pioneer of innovation became a footnote to its own discovery. You've walked through the Hall of Fallen Giants, a place where strength turned fragile and certainty turned blind. But the next gallery tells a different kind of story. Here, the downfall wasn't in what companies built, but in what they promised. Campaigns that misread the moment, misunderstood the audience, and backfired in ways no one expected. This is the gallery of failed marketing campaigns.